And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Learning to Survive with the Lone Engineer. Hi, I'm Froggy, and welcome back to the Learning to Survive scenario. So, today, I'm going to show off a few things. I've since stopped building the wider Challenger mission, or Challenger ship. I'm going to play around with that in creative mode to kind of get it perfect. It was a bit of a challenge, so I decided to opt out, and I found a ship and a weapons system that is installed on board that suits my purposes relatively nicely, and is this one. This is called the Vengeance. Its full name, you can find it in the workshop. Wow, the static right now. Okay, so I changed its name again. Alright, so I'm putting up my blueprints then. This ship right here, the CL Tech 122 Vengeance. Vengeance is survival ready, and minimum crew of only one pilot are key to the aspects of the CL-121 design. The Vengeance is the second ship of the class of the next generation of multi-mission light cruiser designs to strike from beyond conventional gun range and increase fleet power. These ships features combined hydrogen ion propulsion, humble home hull, stealth design, and the latest flight technology and weaponry available. So as you can see, I'm staring at a bunch of off hydrogen engines right now, which I'm getting ready to, once I've got the asteroids cleared around the area, I will go collect some more ice to fill up the tanks and light up my hydrogen engines so I can commence. It'll be prepped and ready for the last mission on destroying the base on a pirate base planet side without entering the atmosphere and then going up against the actual pirate base itself. There are going to be some key features later on that I will add on. I may have to remove some of this armor plating up top here. Do I have Dark Star stuff on? No, I do not. Okay. Belay my last. I guess I will not add them. The other nice thing about the this ship itself is what's hiding behind these doors here. These are pilotable missiles. Where's the pilot going? Oh, it goes over here. You get on board here. I forgot where I need to go. The only thing that this ship is missing is a shielding system, but I don't have that model installed right now, so I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not too keen. Keen, because we're playing space engineers. On the carbon fiber, but because the gentleman who created this, again, he did the ship and the missile systems I'm about to show you. Scorpion 1 was the creator in the workshop for this. I'm not sure on the missile system. I can double check on that on my blueprints because there's a blueprint for those as well. I'm going to, once I figure out how to get down there. Okay. So as you can see, I have a bank of 6 missiles here, which need hydrogen, and another 6 missiles over here, or 8, sorry, there's 8 on each side. The hydrogen tanks are set to stockpile because it uses hydrogen thrusters for propulsion. And then what's nice about the way he set this up, and I think it's really cool the way he did this, There's a loading system that gets printed with it, and I'll show you that here in a minute. All right, so the next key feature I want to show you guys, it's nice with this ship. It is not on the workshop, which I'm a little upset about, but some people forget. Oh well. Are these little buggers here? All right. These are drones. You get 2 fighting drones, and then you've got another drone with a laser antenna on it. I'm not sure what the purpose for this one is. I think it's to help control these drones at long distances, but whatever. I figured I'd throw those in there just to complete the ship itself. The problem I have with these is the timer block for them to shut all of them off is broken. I don't know if it's because I built the ship or and it didn't build the timer block for some reason, or the timer block was originally planned but never put in. And then they've got these nice little double doors that open up for them. I think the sensors are supposed to be set up to detect when the drones are in range of the door to automatically open and close the doors. I don't have those set up. I will play around with that stuff off stream and when I'm closer to actually heading off to the Earth-like planet. It's got a lot of big guns on it, which means I'm going to need to mine a lot of magnesium, and I've actually found a source of uranium out searching for mining. One of my mining plots I have uranium at. I got magnesium. There you go. There's magnesium and uranium about 10K away. And I'll go over there, mine some uranium. I'm not expecting a lot of uranium. So I'm going to fill this thing up with as much uranium as I can, because I'm going to utilize this for the final mission. I want everything filled up and prepped to go. I won't have any, hopefully I won't have any big hiccups when I get to the planet side to take out the planet. And here's the rest of the missile system here. This is the auto loading system. The problem I had with this is that there's a lot of subgrids on here because of the pistons. So I had to blueprint in or copy, or not copy paste, but paste in the original from the workshop and then build it myself and kind of copy it. So this here is all built by me, but it's the original design, so it looks exactly like it does in the workshop. The only thing is that this part here is not part of the design. I just use this as a stowing system for the missile loaders. The missile loaders and the missiles themselves, the blueprint for them has them connected by a lime green block. Because you utilize merge blocks, devices like a rotor or pistons or something like that, it prints the whole thing, including this bottom set of pistons here. It doesn't print everything above the pistons, obviously, because everything above here is considered subgrids, so it won't print it. So that's why I had to bring in the original and kind of copy it over to my design to my loading system, and then setting up the timer blocks and all that. Oh man, that was a nightmare. So it's got these convenient little buttons here on the side. One of them is for the projector. It turns the projector on and off, so you can reprint missiles if you need to. These 2 buttons here are for actually loading the missiles into the missile tube, which is at the front of the ship. A few other things that I've created since or worked on or brought in were the tug ships you see here. You have the Worker Bee. This is the a Star Trek version of a tug called the Worker Bee. This was done by the author for the Worker Bee is Zio CMF. You will require all the most of the DLCs to use it. Again, they're big on the carbon fiber, but I'm not gonna really mess with it because I'm not looking to. I'll modify my own later on, but I want to give these guys some credit for the stuff they've created. Have a look at them in the workshop. Utilize them. They're survival friendly, so again, I'm in survival world, and I'm using it, and it works just fine. And it also has its own little defense, so it's got 2 Gatling guns on the front. This small tug here and the big tug up here are ISL versions of tugs. These are the ion versions. ISL, I use their stuff heavily because the simple fact they have so many varieties of the ships and vehicles they have. I'll bring up my menu again. As you can see, there's a bunch of stuff they have in here. They have quarry miners, they have tunnelers, then they have a large variety of each. They have scout vehicles. This one here, this is just a small rover. This vehicle here doesn't work anymore. I'm going to take this one in creative mode and play around with it, trying to figure out what the problem with it is. I think it might have something to do with the scripts that are on it that are broken. For some reason, it's not transmitting through to the merge block anymore properly, so it's a little goofy. These are the larger miners. Again, all the miners, everything has a multi-versions for, especially the miners. You have the AO version, those are your atmospheric ones. The HO version, obviously those are atmospheric or space because it uses hydrogen. And then you have the IO version, which has ions, so it's mainly used for space, and that's both for quarry and the tunnel miners. You've got some fighter planes in here. There's a bomber in here. I forgot I had that one, and I really don't use small fighting ships. A bunch of different types of shuttles. He's got the Bison. This is another small cargo vehicle. This one is a armored. It's been decommissioned, so I need to take that one off the workshop, out of my blueprints. This is an attack buggy. These here are all cargo drones. You can using the PAM system. You can and a couple other ships I will show here in a few minutes, either depending on if you're on planet or in space. They'll transfer the cargo over to your base from the carrier ship. Without you having to actually physically pilot them. So these are drones. Again, with the variety of versions, he has ones that are atmospheric, some of that are hydrogen, and I believe he also has some ion ones. Some of the drones have weapons on board, some don't. You've got some small buggies. This is again the other side of that one truck. I was the Apache. This is the cargo trailer for it. Again, I've got to play around with those two off in the creative world and see if I can't get them to working properly. Variety of different shuttles. He's got a lot of the some of the trucks in here now. You can build little trailers for. There's a trailer script that you use for them.
Energy
Different
critical.
types of tugs, and it looks like my energy's getting low. Jumping in the pilot seat here. I'll get past all this stuff here. The tugs, he has the small ones. He's got large ones. Again, they hydrogen, ion, and atmospheric. He's got a bunch of a different variety of shuttles. Again, covering all three areas of use: atmospheric, hydrogen, and ion. And then he's got the carrier ships. So the 18 models of these ships are the Hercules, are your for your tunnelers, and the IQ version of the ships are for your quarry miners. As you can see underneath, there's a little hole that's for where the drills will hang out. And then you've got the spots in the back; those are for in the front. Those are for landing your cargo drones on top and transferring cargo from this ship to your base. He does have a couple the wheeled versions of them, an RT and an RQ. Those are your rover versions. Obviously, only be able to use on the planet side. He's got some large grid, a couple variety of large grid shuttles. He's got construction ships. He's got salvage ships. There's a bunch of stuff on the ISL stuff. So please head over to the workshop, check out some of their stuff. He's got a whole fleet of stuff you can check out. All right, so today our goal is to head over to the factory and build the fighter there, load it up with ammunition, get it built, and then fly off and well, just to complete the task. Then we'll have a few more tasks left to do. So I have taken a waypoint at the last place we were at to try and so we can start from there. I really need to clean out my HUD. So if you're wondering why the door is closing by itself, it's a script that I'm using. It's a whips auto airlock script. It automatically closes all my doors. All right, so turn on my thrusters, disconnect. I'm going to go ahead and leave my tunnel miner here. And I might leave, no, I'll take the construction ship with me. So this is the in-game construction ship. All I did was remove the grinder and welder that was on it and added a hinge block to it. And then built a hinge block set of each of the grinders and the welders, which are on the other side of the ship here. And that way I could use it to either grind a bunch of stuff or I could use it to weld. I use that a lot in helping in building the base. I wanted the base built before I included the build and repair system I have here installed, mainly for large ship building. It's a big help. And building the missile systems on board. This is one of the this is the ion version of one of the tunnelers. I'm gonna plug it up over here. like the fact that Keen has added that the connectors do not require power, because it adds a nice little key feature. Now watch my base. Notice that my antennas are moving. Watch this. I'm going to hit the Y key.
No fuel.
Notice that it doesn't shut the base down. So with the connectors not needing power or requiring power to work anymore, has enabled us to connect ships, and if we don't want them to draw power from the base, cut them off.
No fuel.
And then you've got to hear that word, no fuel. I'm going to go around and shut off a lot of these ships. Also, one thing I want to, one little cool feature I want to plug out to about the worker bee is, I used to go up underneath here and try and aim at the seat through the gap between the armor blocks to jump in the pilot seat. I noticed on the hotbar there was a door closed, but I could not find the door anywhere. Well, because the way the guy designed this, the little two slots in the top here actually hide the door. That's where the door's at. In the top. And it was pretty cool. I liked that he hid that, and it took me quite a bit to try and find it.
No fuel.
Now, for me to get back in it, I'm going to have to find that little spot because I closed the door. Alright, what else can I shut off? I'm going to go into Vengeance. I'm going to shut your thrusters off so you're not drawing too much power. There we go. I want to show off one other ship that I've built as well. Is this guy back here, which I'm going to be utilizing to actually, I'm going to use it to go over and collect the ice that I need at an ice asteroid, along with the stone and stuff like that. This is a modular tug ship called the SML M4 Industry. It's a relatively cool ship. You've got the tug portion here, which is separate from everything else. This block here is built by, well, everything inside the block, the hydrogen tanks and the large cargo containers, I've built. So let's see. We'll go on my blueprints. Oh, okay. Not gonna show up. Oh, it's SLM. So he's it's a so this is the Slims M4 India or I modular tug hauler multi-tool ship. So it has a power and stasis module. It has a drill module. It has a jump module. It has a hydrogen tank module, and then a module you can build your own. You can put cargo containers on it, or like I did with it, I built a combination of hydrogen tanks and large cargo containers. I'm using this ship to actually clear out the asteroid field around my base. The little asteroids over here. There's some ice and stuff over here, and there's some minerals over here, but not a lot. Like I said, I'm going to utilize this ship later because it does come equipped with jump drives to jump over to an ice asteroid and mine the ice on the asteroid and use that to fill up the tanks on the Vengeance. Alright, so that's our next destination. It's about 5K away. That is our next destination. We'll head over to the factory, do what we need over there, and then we will end the stream, end the recording there. I'm not going to do very long recordings. Like I said, this is my first portion of a test recording of this series, just to get a idea on how things play out and how the recordings work. So I'm going to take Duchess here, which is my main cargo ship, and I'm going to use it plugging into my jump drives. My destination, jump. That noise you just heard is a Star Trek jump lines with the sound mod in it. So it makes it sound like I just hit warp because I think it's cool. As you can see, I'm a kind of a Star Trek nut. I'm in the middle of watching the new Strange Worlds Star Trek series on and the bit of the Picard series. I kind of shunned away from those for a little while. I haven't watched many of the episodes, so probably get some time to catch up. But I've got to wait for some stuff to settle down at work. Once things at work settle down and decisions are made, I will be able to actually physically get more into the recording of the full season 1 of the Lone Engineer and get them posted on my YouTube page. Alright, so these will be 2 of the 3 last beacons we'll need to get to. The factory and the combat. I will hold off from the combat because there's a ship I want to print, or a fighter ship I want to print out to use for the fighting purposes. And about 60 meters a minute, a second. There we go. And just above it. Slow down thrusters are not that. I've only got 2 braking thrusters in the front. Although I probably could have modified to where it had more, but I wanted to keep the ship somewhat of its original design, so I didn't change too much. The only thing I really changed on it are some few internal stuff, and the thrusters. I put the new SUBTYPE ions on there. Flip this bad boy around. I probably should spin this thing all the way around. Don't ask me why, but for some reason I put the connector on the opposite side of the door. Wait, that's right. I'm going to try and get this thing as close as I possibly can. Also, one of the key features I want to point out too, there are some of the build and repair on board this ship as well, but they're set for salvage only. So they're only going to grind anything that I paint pink. And if you're wondering about the pink, head over to Wasted Space's channel and watch his uncooperative survival. A few episodes in, he brings up the starts using the build and repair system, and they start using the pink to actually grind away things. All right, so now we're at the factory. This one turns the merge block on and start task. This looks like an automated construction facility. Projectors can be used to project save blueprints of ships so they can be reconstructed quickly. Find a way to turn the projector on. There we go. Alright, so the only problem, the main thing with this facility here is it gives you an idea of one of the uses you could use for welders in a stationary purpose. You can use it to, obviously, we're going to use it to, right now, we're going to use it to build this particular fighter. I'm not going to use this fighter. We're just doing this to complete the tasks in the game so that we can get the check in the box saying, hey, we've completed this side of the house. But with the vanilla tools, which are the standard welders of the large grid design, in the right configuration, you can stationary or build real small ships with a stationary one, get real complex and build larger small grid ships with the it literally is a moving grid. So the projector is stationary, and the welders move, or it could be the other way around where the welders are stationary and the projection moves, and it slowly moves out and the welders weld up portions of the ship. Because with a lot of the tools, they have a cone of influence. So like with your welders or with your drills, they drill out in a cone out from the side of the drill and the front of the drill. It's the same thing with the welders themselves. They have from the tip of the welders, they have an area of welding influence that they have. So everything within a certain area of the welders, and I believe it's just the block here that it stops welding. It can weld. Hence why the welders aren't in the position they are. They weld everything up as you're about to see when we go up and actually start the welding. I'm not going to be in the same room because you've got several welders and it will kill you. And I'm welders. Look at that. Now it's complete. I'm going to turn the welders off. And then we can shut the merge block off here or down by the ship. What that's going to do is it's going to disconnect the ship from the merge block. And then the doors will automatically open. We'll jump into it. Oh, you know what we forgot? Go up to this block up here. Pull out that. The 42 Gatling cartridges in there. We'll put 21 in there. The rest of them we'll put in there. Ouch. There we go. Now we've completed that task. We've built one of the many millions of fighters that you can build in the game. So our next task, once I make a GPS from this location, oops. Making the GPS, you press enter, /GPS, and the name of your GPS. And I'm going to call this one the factory. That way, I utilize the GPSs in this one, especially if I'm going back and forth, like I have been, mainly to as waypoints. So I'll jump back over here later. I'll probably demolish this building and utilize the resources for something else. Then I'll jump back over to the station because the starting platform is the main platform I use. And then, as you've seen, I only fly to new locations. I fly to them. Just jumping to them. That way I don't feel that I'm cheating myself too much. I mean, I could have just gone from the construction platform and jumped the whole 9 kilometers over here. But I chose not to. I chose to fly over here because usually when you're playing this with without the amount of stuff that I have already built and constructed, you're using the starter ship. The starter ship doesn't have a jump drive capability. You don't get an actual pre-built jump drive until you find the jump ship, which will be is the second to last task that we'll get, and then before we head down to the planet side to take on the pirates. So things I'm going to do while I'm offline is, one, I'm going to tear down this facility and utilize the components for something else. I will obviously I'll get rid of this ship because I'm not going to use it, and utilize the components for something else. I'm going to head over to the ice asteroid, mine as much ice as I can. Probably jump around, get some more ice from other places as well. Gather some more materials. Some more platinum, because I have some platinum over in one of the asteroids I found earlier. And then I will construct the fighter ship I plan on using, which I will feature at the beginning of the episode like I did today with the ships that I've built. And give credit to the guys who originally built them, kind of doing like a showcase thing. And then we'll head over to the combat, and then we'll go and locate the jump ship, which probably means that I'll probably have to jump over to a few of my previous locations in order to try and find the jump ship. I believe it won't pop up until I jump back over to where the broken hydrogen mining ship was at. So again, appreciate you, everybody. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps out my numbers quite well, and it helps me out as well as to getting my channel started. On top of, if you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. But do me a very big favor, whether you like the channel or dislike the channel, throw a comment in the bottom of the box. Give me hints on either recording systems that I could be using to, or editing systems I could be using to edit my films and stuff like that, or key portions of a, tell me how I can make things better, how I can improve stuff. I do stream over on my Twitch channel. I won't be streaming this weekend. I'm getting people together, or trying to get people together to join me next weekend, next Saturday, for an Icarus stream of my outpost again, doing another showcase of the outpost I've built. Hopefully I can get some more people online to jump in and to check out and play with some of the new key features that are installed in the Icarus game. Again, thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe. If you want to see updates, click on that little bell over there, and it will tell you when a new video is posted. I know it's been kind of a while since I've posted the last video. Again, things have been pretty hectic at work. Because I am a military or government asset, it kind of dampens my schedules a little bit. But again, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you all there. Y'all come back now, you hear?